Check 1, 2. Check 1, 2. Is this thing on? Is your audio not meeting the expectations of your videos? I'm going to show you how to take it to the next level next. There's a lot of options out there in microphones right now. All sorts of price points, styles, shapes, you name it. There's a lot of opinions out there. And some of them are quite good and others are horrible and uninformed. So here is my take on some options for microphones to take your videos to the next level. One is that price doesn't always necessarily mean quality now. It used to be that microphones, that the more you spent, the better they were. That isn't always the case right now. In fact, the audio you're listening to this on right now is a $25 microphone. In fact, occasionally on sale, you can get it for less than that from a company called Boya. And it's considered a best buy. A microphone of this quality just a couple of years ago would be several $100s. Price points are going down. So don't let necessarily a price point sway you from something you can create with. Now, would I use this to interview the president or create a multi-million-dollar movie? No, but for a content creator or somebody building something for YouTube, it works great, or even for commercial clients. It would be a wonderful choice. Also, the big thing is not just price point, but the shape, the style, and the pickup pattern for it. So I'm going to walk you through a couple of these. The first is what you'll see a lot of people with. It's actually the little clip-on you see over here on my collar. It's what's called a lavalier microphone. It's designed for very close pickup. It's only within a few inches of where it picks up. And in most cases, it's designed for the human voice to be picked up. You do have some of them that look very similar for instruments and things as well, but this is really designed for audio for an interview. This particular model they actually make where you can split it, that it is a hardwired one. In fact, here's the other end of it right now. It's going over to you right there on the camera, and it plugs right in the side. In fact, the adapter on the side of it will plug right into a mobile device as well. It has the 4-pole pickup. So you can plug it right into the end of your iPhone or Galaxy or whatever your favorite phone is. If it happens to have a Lightning or a C plug, you can put the little adapter in, and you can have great audio quality with no latency. That's a delay between when you see it and when your camera records it, at a really great price point. So that's an option for a brand new developer. You could start out with your iPhone or an iPad or whatever your device is, plug that microphone in, and immediately your audio quality is going to be better. And on top of it, you are going to see a return in professionalism as well. Now, another great option is this. This is a shotgun microphone. It comes from the pickup pattern. Most of it comes from right here. This is where it's going to receive most of the sound waves, and then on the sides, it picks up just a little bit. It allows your audience to notice what's going on around without being overwhelmed by too much audio. So if I'm pointing this at my subject, it's going to pick up most of what they're talking about, or music, or wherever it may be, and a little bit from the side. So it uses a cold shoe like this, and you just mount it on the top and you plug it in the side of your camera. And you're going to get a really great audio quality from this while you're recording. And it's going to give you a lot more body to it because there's a larger microphone pickup area. And for somebody who has headphones on or a nice sound system, they're going to get actually the sweep of it in stereo as well. So this is a really great first upgrade for somebody. Now, a little hack with this is if you need to catch what you're saying as you're recording the video, you can actually just spin it around like this and pick it up backwards. And this can be a little bit louder, so you are going to have to go in and adjust the audio afterwards, bring down the volume a little bit. But you can record and dictate to your audience or give them the walkthrough, things like that, with it turned this way. Just like with the lavalier, you can put an adapter on this and plug it into your iPhone or a lot of other devices as well. This particular company, Takstar, it's only about $20. And it does require a power source. In fact, this one just uses a AA, and that helps boost the clarity of the audio, and it actually gives a little bit more gain for your camera to work with, which is a big bonus when you're recording. So this, if you're interviewing a group of people, would be a great option. Lavalier, if you're doing one or two, And then if you're doing a group, this would be a great option. Or if you're shooting B-roll and you want to get the audio from it as well. Anytime I shoot B-roll, I always actually will shoot a shotgun mic on it. Even if I know I'm not going to necessarily use it, just in the back of my head, it's a little extra something if I wanted to add a little bit of background noise or give my audience a little flavor with it. Now, outside of these two, which are designed for big groups, you can start doing some specialized microphones, something like this. This is what's called a cardioid style microphone, which does a very large pickup area for predominantly closer range. And this is good, for example, if it's kind of windy day and you need to get nice and close or interview somebody. You see a lot of reporters with these because it's really good that you can hold on to it, interview somebody, you can walk around really quickly and do it. They do have these that'll plug into your DSLR, mirrorless, or even your mobile device. But in addition, they have wireless versions of these. So you can set your camera up away from you and talk to them. These are really sort of more of a specialized option. If you're doing a lot of interviews or talking to people, it can be a great resource for you to use. Really popular with musicians, of course, but a lot of these this is gonna be something a little bit later down the road. The shotgun microphone or a lavalier, if you're doing interviews or content creation, is a lot better choice. And when you start getting into some specialized options, you can get into things like this. This is a condenser microphone. This particular one actually plugs in with a USB port. So you see a lot of people, you know, those gurus in their video with it parked right here. In fact, I did one earlier because it makes a good prop and it records really high quality audio. This isn't something you drag around and shoot on a mobile shoot. They're big, they're heavy, and they're also pretty fragile, and the price point is going to be quite a bit higher with these as well. I use one when I'm doing my voiceovers or I'm doing the dialogue that goes along with a webinar or something like that, where the person's really going to need to hear every crisp word, and I'm not concerned about being out somewhere. These particular microphones, condensers, are designed to pick up a lot of audio in a wide variety of tone ranges. So even if you're a musician or something, I actually, in my former life when I was a musician, is what I like to record my bass with because the tone that it would take. But again, this is one of those things that is now a little bit of a higher price point. These shotgun mics and lavaliers I just talked about, really low. Condensers, you're talking $50 and more, and then you're not going to be able to take it anywhere. You're going to be plugging it in primarily to your computer. But for those of you who are going to be using Camtasia or doing dialogue with webinars, things like that, it's a great choice. The other thing is if you're doing live presentations and Facebook Lives a lot and things, your quality on those is going to be a lot higher when you're working with those. Even if you're using a webcam to record your content, to throw that condenser in there is a really solid choice. So those are a couple of options for them. Now, a best practice always when you're working with a microphone is always pay attention to the ambient noise around you. Things like heating and ventilation blowing onto your microphone. Is the wind high? Are there tones around you that are going to be problematic that really will interfere with your audience hearing it? Some of those common things could be squeaking sounds. Like I mentioned, heating and ventilation are another one. Even stuff to your ear you kind of block out can be a problem. A really quick way to check that is actually do a test recorder with your camera and then listen. Plug in those headphones. Hear if it's being picked up by your camera, because the microphone is going to pick up certain tone ranges that your ears are going to kind of want to block out because you hear it all the time or you get used to it. So make sure you do a test record with each one. And then the extra. All of these microphones normally require batteries. Bring extra batteries, as I guarantee you, you're going to be out there shooting that bit of content. You're going to get it all ready to go. It's going to be perfect lighting, perfect setting. You got everybody set down, and you got to hit that record, and all of your audio is not working because the batteries are dead. Always keep a couple of batteries in the bag. Always keep them fresh. Anytime you have a high value recording, you're always going to want to put new batteries in there so you don't lose out on that great moment or get back to in post and realize that your video isn't there because That is the number one error that my students make when doing video production work, is they forget the batteries and it goes dead. So a couple of tips and tricks to give a little recap. If you're doing interviews or documentation like this, a nice lavalier microphone attached to your shirt is a great option. Even if it's two people, they make these in two-person models. And if you're doing a group or you're getting your first microphone, I highly recommend a shotgun microphone just like this Takstar model. And if you need something that you're going to be doing a lot of interviews, walking around, or you might have a lot of ambient background noise, get yourself a cardioid handheld microphone like this. And for all of you web people and voiceovers, get yourself a nice condenser microphone. But again, keep an eye on the surrounding audio. Make sure you do those tests beforehand and always bring those batteries. Now, if this video was helpful for you, please, as we always say, smash that subscribe button, turn on the notifications, and please share us. We love to help others out. And if you need help with your video content, make sure you drop a comment below. I personally look at all of them, and me and my team will make sure that they get answered appropriately. So, until next time, Jakey Brown out.